16:10, 106, while Terang have 8:9.57. A good goal in the first few minutes of that quarter by Peter Moore, Don, and well, it's 8 goals in front now, so
yeah, that's right, and it was a real pressure goal. Gunner's a very accurate kick and put it right through the centre, and it was a very strong mark.
A strong mark. Yeah. Wait for umpire Quinn to put the ball to ground. There's been a player over the line and a free kick paid to Rodney Moore. Quinn says go back and take a kick over your mark, or hand pass it back to who's on it? Rodney Grant's going to take the kick right in the centre of the ground. Plays it up, good kick from a little fella. Manane gets the front position, goes over the back. McCarthy gathers it in, puts it onto his boot, a little kick, goes towards O'Keefe. He can't pick it up. Canady comes in, gathers in the ball, forces the ball out of bounds, forward pocket. Combined scoring in 16:10, 106 to Terang 8:9.57. Boundary umpire to throw it in. The big fella David Forbes, Lee Manane, opposed to Justin Staunton. Grabbed the ball this time by Gerard Mead. It was Gerard Mead that was in there as Robbie McCarthy dives in on top of the ball. He's only a little fellow, but he's a little terrier. And umpire Quinn says I'll bounce the ball half forward flank. Combined scoring in. David Forbes opposed to Billy Askew got the Billy Couch. Couch got the knock. Goes back to Farnes. Farnes in chip spoil. Gathers in the ball. Puts the ball to boot. Over the top. Goes towards Couch. Peter Couch. Oh, Gunnar Moore was running through. Was clouded that time by Peter Couch, and he was knocked out in the first 10 minutes of the game. Was taken off in a stretcher, and he's certainly a tough player because he came back on the ground, and well, since he's been back, he's kicked 2 goals. He had one on the board until he went off, and he's kicked 2 more goals, and he's going to line up for another one. So he could finish off the day with 4 goals. He's got 3, and Coragulac have 16. Colac-Coragulac on 16:10. 100, 8:9.57 Terang. We wait for Peter Moore. Leading goal kick in the hand, lead line up for goal number 4 for himself. It's gone off at the last minute. Through for a point. Yes, 1 behind to the combined. 16:11, 107 scoreboard reads. Terang 8:9.57, a 50-point lead. 5 minutes into the final quarter. Wait for Farnes to kick the ball out. A big kick. Goes to O'Connor in front for Terang. The ball comes off his hands to Turner, who hasn't had many kicks. He doesn't know what to do. Runs around, puts it onto his boot, plays it towards Gussie Griffiths, leads in the race. Gathers it in. Handball across to Chris O'Connor. Waits for it, grabs it, picks it up, kicks it straight up in the air. Goonan gets underneath, goes down. Clark gathers in the ball, puts it to his boot. Where's Risha? He's up there. Ball, he leads in the race to the ball, but yeah, knocks it back. Good play that time by Risha. Plays the ball in front of him, stacks on the middle as players come in from everywhere, and the ball's forced out of bounds. In the forward pocket this time for Terang, and they need them, and they need goals. 8:9.57 to 16:11, 106, a 50-point lead to the combine. Throw in Clark against Moore. Clark, the front position, grabs the ball. Push in the back that time against Coragulac, and it'll be paid to Gary Clark, the big tall ruckman for Terang. We wait for Clark. 40 metres out from goal. He's kicked, maybe, yes, he's kicked 3 goals. Been a good player for Terang this afternoon. They haven't had many good players, but Clark's been one of them. Yes, it's goal number 4 and goal number 9 for the Terang side. So they now have 9:9.63. Colac-Coragulac 16:11, 107. Well, they're getting a little bit closer, but well, I think the bird's flown because they're 7 goals down now, and 7 goals is a big start to give 20 minutes before the game's over, Don.
It certainly is, John, but of course if they had any show at all, Clark had to kick that goal, and there's still 25 minutes to go.
Right, we see Gary Clark has kicked his 4th goal for Terang, and they're 9th. Ball back in the centre of the ground. Quinn puts the ball to the ground. Staunton gets the knock straight to Foley. Grant plays on towards Moore. Moore gathers in the ball. A hand pass, finds his brother in Rodney Moore. Rodney Moore out to Armstrong. Good hand pass by Craig. Straight to, oh, good play. They do it well as has a good play that time when Lee Manane found Stephen Theodore, his coach, 30 metres out directly in front, and he'll line up for another goal. There was some good play that time. Some good hand passing by Foster. Foster across to, first of all, it came from Armstrong. Armstrong to Foster. Foster to Manane. Manane looked around, looked for his coach, found him there right in the middle at centre half forward, and he's taken a mark. Well, looks like might be lucky goal number 17 coming up for the combine. They got 16:11, 107. Stephen Theodore lines them up, whether he's a forward or not. Let's see. No, he's not. He's kicked a point. Bad luck about that, Stephen. I'm sorry I said that. You're too big. But he's kicked it behind, so it's 16-12, 108, Colac-Coragulac. Terang have 9-9-63 as time ticks away. We've played 7 minutes into this final quarter. Right. Kick in this time by Arundel. Goes towards Couch. This is Peter Couch. Moore tried to claim the mark. Blackburn's gathered in the ball. A hand pass over to Canady. Canady's off. A hand pass. Finds Kevin Maloney this time. He dummies a hand pass. Goes for a bounce. Now he hand passes to his coach and Turner. Turner hand passes back to Eddie Arundel. Arundel puts the ball to his boot. Looking for Risha. Risha in front. Good play that time by Goonan. A knock on. Comes to Clark. Clark a hand pass over to where Farnes leads in the race to the ball. He'll hand pass it across to Couch. This time it's Billy Couch. Billy Couch to run towards goal. Has a bang at him. Bad luck. He's missed. So that's their 10th behind on the board. They're 9-10-64. Trailing Colac-Coragulac, who have 16-12, 108 at the 8-minute mark of the final quarter. We wait for Lenny Goonan, who will kick out for the... no, it's not. It's Gerard Harrington who's kicking out for the combine. Wait for the kick. Harrington's a good kick. Plays to centre forward. Foster gets up high and takes it easy off marks in front of Terang. And Foster plays on immediately. Looking for Grant down the centre of the ground. He pulls in the mark. Gerard O'Keefe comes on the scene too late, and Rodney Grant has taken the mark. Centre wing, far side of the ground. He plays on with a long kick to half forward. Bernie Maloney leads in the race for the ball. The ball's going to beat him and the rest of the players and go out of bounds. Far side, half forward flank for the combine, who leads 16-12, 108. Terang have 9-10-64. Boundary umpire will throw the ball in. In the ruck, we have the big fellas, Staunton and Moore. Staunton gets the front position, knocks it down to McCarthy, gathers it in, puts the ball to boot, plays it around half-forward flank, goes to Forbes. He gathers in the ball, goes for hand pass, finds Peter Moore. Peter Moore, another long hand pass. Missed this time by Lee. Hand pass by Gerard O'Keefe to Gerard Mead, and Terang get out of trouble. Back ball's been claimed by Grant. He runs on. Oh, he was dropped that time right across the neck, and there will be a free kick, and it'll be against, looks like it was Pat Heffernan who was the chap who gave that kick away, and Rodney Grant, who's played a good game this afternoon for his team, will now take this free kick far side of the ground, centre wing. It's a long kick. Plays to Lee Manane. Lee Manane in front. The ball comes off his hands, and Gerard O'Keefe and out of bounds. Forward pocket. Well, it's 16-12, 108 to 9-10-64, and there hasn't been many score or any scores for quite a while, and this game is sort of now drawing to, well, it's 20 minutes to go, but whether they can get back Terang or whether Coragulac can go further, we'll wait till the ball is thrown in far side of the ground in front of Heffernan. Boundary umpire will now pick it up. We have in ruck Chris O'Connor for the Terang side, opposed to the big fella in Rodney Moore for the combine. Knocked down by Moore this time, goes towards Turner, the coach of Terang. He gathers it in a hand pass, finds his Heffernan. Heffernan on to Couch. Couch a long kick. Over the top is Farnes. Ball goes to ground. Good play this time by Coragulac as they hotly pressed by Terang players. Terang, good defence, good play by Terang, but eventually it's picked up by the little fella in, not too sure, Robbie McCarthy. Mitchell, is it Mitchell? Peter Mitchell kicks it on into the centre where Turner gathers it in. A hand pass, finds Blackburn, who's been a good player for Terang, and he'll kick it forward and find, Billy Couch, and he copped a hard one that time too. He took the mark, but Guy Permisel was there, and as he came through, he knocked him to the ground, and Billy Couch will take this free kick half forward, centre half forward position for Terang, and well, he's within scoring distance, and they certainly need a score as Brian Ball comes off the ground for Coragulac, as Billy Couch has a shot for goal. We'll wait for the goal umpire. Well, by the look of the crowd up there, I'd say it's a point. I couldn't see him from here, but no, too many flags went up in the air, so it's now their 11th point. So they have 9-11-65. Colac-Coragulac have 16-12, 108. As Paul Armstrong takes the mark at half-back flank. Umpire says, come up on your mark. He's off. Played well this afternoon. Kicks it over towards Manane. In the front was Mead. Mead can't get the ball. The ball goes around. Picked up by Mead. Good play, Gerard Mead. Gathers it in. Puts it onto his left boot. Plays it to half forward. Whoa, Jesse McGon came through then like a steamroller, and he went over and down, and the ball's still on the ground. The hand pass out. Goes towards Guy Permisel. Can't pick it up. Finish, he picks it up and puts it onto his boot. Plays it right around that far side of the ground. Lee Manane taps it over. Good play that time. In comes Rodney Grant, gathers it in, but his kick has been intercepted by no. He wasn't marked that time by O'Keefe. Goes back to Moore. A hand pass this time. It's back to Grant. Grant puts the ball onto his boot, plays up towards Forbes over the top of a Arundel. The ball goes to ground. Forbes gets it. He tries to hand pass. He can't get rid of his Terang players. Grabbed him everywhere, and a kick against David Forbes, and it'll be paid to Terang. I think it's Peter Couch who will be the recipient of this kick. Yes, Peter Couch will take this free kick as we wait for umpire. Somebody's down on the ground. Yes, Peter Couch will be the receiver of this kick. He hand passes it to Arundel, and he's off. Puts it onto his right boot. Plays it, but a good mark has been pulled in by Rodney Moore. Right on centre wing, far side of the ground for the combine. Yes, a good player. He's done a lot of ruck work and strong ruck work in there against the big fellas Staunton and Manane over the top. Ball goes to ground. Picked up by Arundel. A kick on. Favours Couch. This time Billy Couch. A knock on. Rodney Grant on his own. Ball's going to beat him, and Staunton out of bounds. No, he gathers it in. Hand pass. Back. Foster. Foster onto his boot. Puts it back. McCarthy under the ball and takes the easiest of marks. Only a little play, but a good little rover for his team this afternoon. He'll put the ball onto his boot. Moore, over the top the ball goes. Favours Lang. He can't pick it up. Hotly pressed by Terang. In comes Lethal Lee. Nearly gathered in that time by Ready. Lee's Lang there. Spin him around like a top. It goes to Moore. Moore a hand pass to Lang, but he was grabbed that time by Graham Farnes just as the ball came from Moore to Lang. Farnes was right there grabbing it. Farnes onto Blackburn. Blackburn takes my... Oh, strong play that time by Guy Purmacell. Down goes Blackburn. Up he gets. A hand pass over to his coach and Turner. Ooh, Peter Mitchell jumped right into the back that time of the coach of Terang, and umpire Shane Carbine says it'll be a free kick and it'll be paid to John Turner. Turner, play on. Farnes and Miller. Miller takes the mark. Hand passes, silly hand pass. Goonan knocks it away from Farnes that time, and the ball's gone out of bounds. Forward flank this time for the Terang side. Terang 9-11-65. Trail Colac-Coragulac 16-12, 108. See the ball thrown in. The big fella's Clark. Knocked down to Couch. Billy Couch onto his left boot. Plays it into half forward. McGuan in the front position. Risha tries to come over the top. In comes Gussie Griffiths showing a ton of pace. Puts the ball to ground. Foley's there. Couch drops the ball. Umpire says free kick, Ian Foley. Masker winner 1980, Ian Foley for the Colac-Coragulac combination. Takes a free kick just short of the centre. Kicks it to Grant right in the centre of the ground. Grant right in front of his opposing number 2, and John Turner takes an easy mark. Well, we've played 15 minutes into this vital final quarter, the 1980 grand final, Colac-Coragulac versus Terang. Colac-Coragulac in front. Kicked by Grant, goes to Armstrong. A hand pass from Armstrong to Foley. He runs around, puts it to his boot, plays it Moore on his own. Peter Moore standing on his own, the half-forward flank, 45 metres out from goal. Has goals. How many has he got? He's got 3. Lining up for goal number 4, and well, they haven't kicked that lucky 17th goal as I've been talking about. They've got 16-12, 108 on the board, and Terang have 9-11-65. Peter Moore, big kick, won't make the distance. The big fellas go up the top. O'Keefe down to the ground. In comes Couch. This time it's Peter Couch, and comes off his knee and forced out of bounds. Forward pocket right about 5 metres out from the Colac-Coragulac goal. The big ruckman this time we have for the combine, we have that's Kim Miller in front of Moore. Moore gets the knock, goes towards Bernie Maloney. He tries to gather in the ball, slips over at the vital moment as players dive in on top of the ball. Umpire Carbine says a free kick to Terang, and it'll be paid, as Bernie Maloney's not very happy about that. He picked the wrong one when he picked Peter Moore, because I certainly wouldn't be picking him, maybe from up here on the top of the stretching sheds, but not certainly from down on the ground. Play on. Didn't see where it went. It's gone the far side of the ground. Eddie Arundel gathers it in. One bounce. Goes for a hand pass over the top to Heffernan. Heffernan knocks it on. Favours Risha. He gathers it in. Oh, met this time by Guy Purmacell, like running into a brick wall, as we see as Gavin Foster comes through past Turner. Good play, Foster. Down goes Maloney. McKinnon gives him one for a... Down goes Turner's got... John Turner's very upset. It's on there now. The game's all over. Colac-Coragulac are certainly winning the game. I think if I was some of these Coragulac players, I'd certainly tell the Terang players to look up at the scoreboard instead of been trying to play the man, because this is a ridiculous scene here this afternoon. To watch these players playing a game of football. It's not a fight, and well, I'm disappointed in John Turner, the coach of the Terang side, because you know you can't win the game by throwing punches. You win it by putting goals on the board, and Colac-Coragulac have 16-12, 108, while Terang have 9-11, 65. So where was play? I think it was up in the forward line. Peter Moore's got the ball, and he's certainly not going to give it up, and he's lining up his fourth goal. He tried to kick it before, but when that fight broke out up here in the centre of the ground, when John Turner got upset, well, Peter Moore still got hold of the ball. He wasn't in there, and he's lining up for his goal. And this could be goal number 17. The umpire, Gavin, the umpire fell over at the vital moment, and he put up one finger. I was watching Rodney Moore, who went up like as if signalling a goal, knocked the umpire over, and it was a point on the board. So they can't get goal number 17. The ball comes out. McCarthy gathers it in, puts it onto his boot, plays it over Theodore's head. Jared O'Keefe takes an easiest of marks in the back pocket. A hand pass to Miller. Miller puts the ball to boot. Over the top to Maloney. No, McCarthy's got the opportunity. Here comes Guy Permsell. He's a tough player as he comes through. Two Terang players go down, and David Reddy leads in the race. The ball is forced out of bounds.
I think the feature of the whole game, and as far as the Tigers' point of view, is they've tackled the ball all day, and particularly in that scrimmage there.
Yes,
as you can see, it was a bit rough, but they've kept their heads and played the ball at all times, and really they've done an excellent job.
This is probably why they've got this 7-goal lead, or this is the reason why they've got this 7-goal lead.
In other words, they've been threatened to be sucked in by the Terang tactics, but they haven't done this. They've kept playing the ball, and that's all they've got to do now to be in front at the final side.
Especially when you're playing in a grand final. We see Clark picks it up towards Miller. Permazell, tough player, comes over the top. A hand knocked on. Down. Peter Cow's got it. Turner's there. He'll be... Oh, Moore's got him. They have a wrestle. He put him down to the ground. Well, it's certainly honest. John Turner was really... This is... well, I don't think it's football, really. But John Turner... Rodney Moore has been... Chris O'Connor's not very happy either. As players are wrestling, in they go. Umpires have certainly got their hands full as players come in. I won't talk too much more about it because it certainly is not. It's not football, or well, I should say it's not cricket. The scoreboard 16-13, 109 to 9-11, 65 is well. There's a lot of frustrated players out there now, and well, John Turner's not very happy. He copped the worst side of Peter Moore that time as Peter Moore put him to ground. The umpire. Both umpires have certainly got their hands full out there as they're trying to get the crowd off the ground, as a lot of people ran onto the ground in that melee of players, and well, a big crowd are witnessing certainly a game of football and a little bit of something else. Or Couch nearly caught that time. Good play, Moore. Long pass just by Moore. Peter Moore, Lee Manane. A hand pass over to David Reddy. He's running, full of running. Puts the ball to his boot, but oh, bad kick, David. Out on the full. He knows he's done it, but he's looking up at the scoreboard too. And he's standing on his mark to take that kick in from Jared O'Keefe, the back pocket player for Terang, as they trail by something like, 44 points. And we've played 20 minutes into the final quarter of this 1980 grand final. Well, I can see a smile on the face of Don Nicholson. Don, you're looking very, very happy at this stage.
Well, I think we've come out on top in all divisions at the moment because it's got pretty willing, Johnny. And as I said from the first instance of trying to commentate, it's not fair when you're barracking for a side, and you know, it's. I'm glad that we've had you to do the commentary because you just get carried away with the occasion and very biased in your opinions. But
oh well, that's football, Don, and it certainly is a tough match out here. And the umpires, Chris O'Connor is getting himself very riled. The umpire Shane Carbine says, "I'm going to show you who's boss," and he's taken Chris O'Connor back those 15 extra metres and brings Rodney Moore a little bit closer to goal. Well, I think Terang have been rattled by Coragulac this afternoon, and oh, beautiful mark that time from Brendan Foley, who was playing fullback, has now gone down into the forward line, has pulled in a mark, and well, whether the fullback for the Combine can kick a goal, because they've certainly have plenty of goal kickers this afternoon, and they've got this game all wrapped up as we wait for Brendan Foley, fullback for the Combine, to line up 25 metres out from a goal on a slight angle, but shouldn't have any problems. He's a fullback. That's why you're playing fullback. Went right across the front of the goal, but a mark been played by Gavin Foster. Is it Gavin Foster? Right in the forward pocket. The ball was heading towards the point post. The big arms of Foster went up. I don't know what this will be, a boomerang, but he's right on the... He wouldn't be able to see daylight, let alone the white post. And we'll wait to see what he does. Maybe it's a boomerang or banana kick. We wait for it. Put it onto his boot, and it's a banana kick, but it's only a point. So no more bananas for Gavin Foster. So they've now got 16-14, 110. Terang 9-11, 65 as well. It looks a very tired and depleted Terang side out there on the ground. And Coragulac are full of running. Eddie Arundel kicks out. A mark been paid to Chris O'Connor. Look out. Chris is not very happy about that, but grabs the ball, and away he goes. He runs through centre half back, kicks it over centre again. Guy Permasel got his name all over this one. Didn't take the mark cleanly. A hand pass straight back to his teammate in McGuan. McGuan a kick upfield against Terang that time. Well, they can't learn. I think the umpires have shown that they'll pay those kick up the ground. There's a gone kick towards Foley. He's taken another mark, and he won't miss this one. Good play that time. A good mark play, Brendan Foley. He wasn't taking any opportunities of going back and taking a kick. He gathered in the ball and ran through and kicked another goal. Well, they've moved on to 17, 14, 116. Colac-Coragulac, while Terang have 9, 11, 65. A good goal by the fullback for the combine in Brendan Foley. Well, before the game they said there was talks around the ground that they would win this game by 7 or 8 goals. Well, they've certainly got that margin now. They've got 8 goals, 3 on the board, margin in front of Terang, and we've played 22 minutes into the final quarter of the 1980 grand final. Terang versus Colac-Coragulac. The ball goes to round by Quinn. A free kick has been paid to Rodney Moore against Gary Clark that time. Interference when going for the knock, and the big tall ruckman for the combine plays it out towards Permasel on his own. They're doing it with ease now, Coragulac. He'll play on, looking for Alistair Lang, and Alistair Lang's pulled this mark in front of Gerard Kennedy. Umpire says, you better come back, Gerard, and Gerard Kennedy goes back on his mark. Half forward flank, Alistair Lang with this mark. Put it right up, Manane lurking around the forward line. The big fella Foster up there. He goes up high. The ball comes off his hands. Favours, done his finger, they tell me. Favours Cows. Cows kicks it back, but Guy Permasel, who's been a stumbling block for Terang this afternoon. John Turner was done. That 15 metre. John Turner's been sucked in, I think, apparently by some of these Coragulac players, especially fellas like this Guy Permasel holds the ball above his head and says, I've got the ball, John Turner. So he kicks it up into the forward line. Gerard O'Keefe takes the easiest of marks in defence for plays to Arundel. Arundel over to Blackburn. Blackburn, the centre wing, takes the mark. A hand pass goes over to Billy Couch this time. He has one bounce. Decides he'll put the ball to boot. Puts it over half forward as they run back. Goonan gets the... it was McKinnon... Mitchell gets the opportunity to gather in the ball, whether he can before it reaches the line. Gathers it in. Hotly pressed by Griffiths over the top towards his teammate this time in Goonan. Goonan puts the ball onto his boot as we see Gavin Foster coming off the ground. Somebody said he'd done his finger, went for his mark, and he's coming off the ground. Mitchell plays on around towards Moore, who's been a good player for the combine. In front of Turner. Moore gathers in the ball. A hand pass over the top of Turner, this time to Grant. He can't pick it up. Eventually in comes Couch, this time Peter Couch. Finds Farnes in the centre of the ground. Farnes is off. Ball to boot. Plays towards Stawn. In comes Risha. He can't get it up. Goes towards Stawn. Over Stawn. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell gathers it in. Puts it onto his left boot. Just a kick, but David Reddy's right underneath it. And pulls in an easy mark. Centre wing. They're doing it easy now as he plays on towards Alistair Lang. Alistair Lang will hand pass over the top. No, he twists and turns in front of Gerard Mead. Puts it onto his left boot. He's hit after he had his kick, and I don't know why they haven't learnt this, but umpire Quinn was right there as Gerard Mead done that foolish play. Should have been down the field, and it's been paid back towards where Alistair Lang kicked the ball against Terang, and Alistair Lang, centre wing player for the combine. We've played 25 minutes into the final quarter, so it's just about all wrapped up here at Mortlake. The big kick. They're kicking it up high, and the big flyers are up there. The ball goes around. Gerard O'Keefe's hands went up. Foley kicks it back to where Manane and Couch. Couch dives on top of the ball as Gerard O'Keefe comes over the top. Umpire Quinn comes in and says, gentlemen, it'll be my ball. He bounced the ball half forward flank. The Colac-Coragulac scoring end. The big fella goes up on his own that time. O'Connor goes to McCarthy. He knocks it on towards his teammate in Foley. A hand pass by Foley right over the top. Laying down, sitting down. He picked the ball up. Couch goes back to where Arundel, hand pass to Couch. Peter Couch this time kicks it towards Risha. Ball comes off his hand, favours Kennedy. In chips Miller. Hand pass to Blackburn. Blackburn's away. Has one bounce. Well, I'd get rid of it if I was you. It puts it onto his boot. Plays the centre again, but Paul Armstrong's on his own. The ball bounces. No, bounces awkwardly. Goes to Paddy Heffernan. He gathers it in. Puts it onto his boot. Plays it to centre half forward, and Justin Staunton takes the easiest of marks. 17-14, 116 to 9-11, 65. Thornton to Couch. Couch can't knock it on. Good play this time by Gerard Harrington for the combine. He plays it around the flank towards their coach in Theodore. He worries about Turner instead of the ball. Twists and turns. Got away with it. Plays it towards Miller and Reddy, but Miller takes the easiest marks in front of David Reddy. Kim Miller, interchange player for Terang, plays it on. Half forward. Farnes goes over the top and pulls in a mark over the top of Stephen. Stephen Tedder says, lay there while I grab you, and he grabs him while he's laying on his back. We wait for Graham Farnes to take this kick after his mark, half forward for the combine. Plays it to centre half forward. Big fellas go up. Favours Gussie Griffiths. In chips Harrington. The ball's still on the ground. Staunton's got the ball. Fights off a couple of players. A hand pass from Staunton over to Clark. Clark, a hand pass back towards his player in Griffiths. Griffiths has a shot at goals. Umpire says 1 point. 1 point, and that's point number 12, or behind number 12 to Terang. So they now move on to 9, 12, 66. The combine 17, 14, 116. Don, it's all over.
Yeah, it is, Johnny, and it's a great feeling. I was just looking at Stephen there, Theodore, anything away. If he only knew what just what ailments he had and what he played with today, it's been a tremendously courageous effort. And to see him, even then, with the injury that he had, to get around these two blokes on this members' side was really courage plus. And,
they're still playing well too, Don.
Yeah,
just looking at Brian Boyle out there. They're just fighting right until the bitter end.
Here's a go for Lee Manane to finish it off.
Lee's had a good day this afternoon too, especially started off well in the first. Quick towards Foley, and Foley may take another one. What a mark, what a mark. This is how well they're doing. This is a feature of their play this afternoon. When the ball's in the air, the big arms of these big Coragulac high flyers, they've certainly won the aerial duels this afternoon, and this is one reason why they've got that 17 goals, 14. 116 on the board, and Terang have 9, 12, 66. We wait to see if Brendan Foley, who's kicked a goal and was a good goal in during this quarter, will line up for goal number 2, and he should have no problems at all. And that's it. That's their 18th, Don, and it's all over. So it looks like a Colac-Coragulac grand final, and it's been a premiership, I should say, and it's been a long-awaited one for that down that end of the league, Don. And I'm sure that you'd be proud to be associated with the combined team to have a grand final down there, a premiership down at Colac.
Oh, for sure, Johnny, and you know how long it's been. But I think you're quite right when you mention Lee Manane. He set us alight in the first quarter. That big 7-goal burst in the first quarter. And as you know, if you've got a centre-half forward firing as he fired today, moving around from side to side, not only big marking, but his ground play and his endeavour and jumping on the ball when he couldn't pick it up. It was what got us going, and I think the big improvement too was getting the break from the centre.
Yeah, that's where they were getting the big fellas more.
Whether it was Rodney Moore with his strength, David Forbes and Rodney Grant, quite often on centre bounce, got first kick and got it rolling our way.
There goes Lethal Lee again, once again, and that's a real capping off a great game for him this afternoon. He got the fly that time in front of the play, pulled down the one-handers, and he's the only guy on the field that can do these miraculous saves. But that time it wasn't so good as the ball goes over the top of Foley towards O'Keefe. In chips Peter Moore. He'll use a hand pass, gets it out to Armstrong. Armstrong, another hand pass, tries guys by himself from the half-back flank, and he goes bang! Goal number 19. They're doing it with ease now. They got their full-backs kicked a couple of goals. Half-back flank, and there's the siren. It's all over here at Mortlake this afternoon as we see the jubilant supporters of the Colac-Coragulac combination forge onto the ground. There'll be a very, very happy Colac-Coragulac supporters and players this afternoon, Don, and I like to congratulate on your team on winning the premiership, Don.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think, you know, to Barry, our president, and everyone who's worked so hard through the year, as you said, it was a real battle for a start, but over the past half season, I've never known a club with so much team spirit. I think it's very fortunate that we had the likes of Stephen Theodore as our coach to instil the discipline into the side, not only of the players, but the discipline also of the committee. And really, it's a tremendous feeling. 15 years, a long time, Johnny. I know you're coming down tonight with Lindsay to help us celebrate, and we'll be certainly looking forward to seeing you.
Thanks very much, Don. I really relished that opportunity to come down to Coragulac tonight, Colac-Coragulac, to celebrate their win. They won over here at Mortlake this afternoon, 19-14, 128, a 10-goal victory over Terang, 9-12, 66. The goal kickers for the Colac-Coragulac combination. 3 goals to Peter Moore, 3 goals to Gavin Foster, 3 goals to David Reddy and Lee Manane, 3 goals, 2 goals to David Forbes and Brendan Foley. The goal kickers for the Terang side, Gary Clark at 4 goals, 2 goals to Wayne Risha, 2 to Chris O'Connor and 1 to Bill Cowswell. That wraps it up from Mortlake this afternoon with Colac-Coragulac running out the victors in the 1980 grand final, 19-14, 128, defeated Terang 9-12, 66. Don.
I might, before you finish, Johnny, thank you very much for doing most of it. Originally you were only going to do the last half, but as you could see with Stephen and myself, to be trying to commentate, or not that we've had any experience, but trying to do this job when you're wrapped up following the side, it's very, very hard because you find you're barracking. And to you, I know you've had a big day, and to do the whole commentary as you've done, we really appreciate it.
Well, Don, you can certainly buy me a beer later on tonight because I'll be down there to celebrate, and thank you very much for coming along. And that's it. Well, as I mentioned, it was the final scores here. Colac-Coragulac 19-14, 128. Run-out victors over Terang 9-12, 66. And what has been a great day of football over here at Mortlake this afternoon. In the under-18s match, we see South Warrnambool defeated Colac-Coragulac by 1 point. And in the reserves match, which finished up in a draw between Cobden and Warrnambool. But in the senior match, the combine all the way down there from Colac and Coragulac ran out victors over Terang by 10 goals to. This is John Holland signing off for On The Spot TV.
Thank you very much, Ivor. The first thing I want to do this afternoon is say a big congratulations to the Mortlake Football Club for the way they staged the final today. I think it was magnificent and a wonderful setting for such a magnificent grand final. Congratulations to Ivor, to you and your club for the way you turned it on. And now the Terang, who have participated in the last 5 grand finals, were successful last year, but this year they've had to lower their colours, but it certainly wasn't for the want of endeavour. And congratulations, Terang, for the way that you've played throughout the year. Fortunately, you had to get down today. And now for the big one, a big congratulations to the president of the Colac-Coragulac Football Club, Barry Gill, and to their coach, Stephen Terang. I think it goes without saying that all the efforts of the committee and the coach and the players are directed towards one thing, this premiership at the end of the year. And there wasn't any doubt, I think, this year that the Colac-Coragulac side proved that they were the best team throughout the year, and they proved it again today by taking out the grand final in such a convincing manner. And so that the record will prove for all time that the 1980 premiership went to the Colac-Coragulac side. You haven't won a premiership down in Colac since 1965. That's 15 long years you've waited. But thanks to Stephen Theodore and the boys today, this will hang proudly in your club rooms forevermore. Congratulations, Steve.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim, President of the League, Colac-Coragulac supporters, Terang supporters, and all people from the League, this is probably one of the most important times in my football experience to be part of a successful club in Colac. It's the name of the game is to win premierships, and I'm very, very pleased to be part of a successful club. I'd just like to thank the committee and executive of the Colac-Coragulac Football Club, Secretary Terry McCarthy, who has done a tremendous amount of work this year. And I feel sure that Terry would bear with me, and if I thank his wife and my wife and all the other committee men's wives for the time that they've put in on their own. And there's no doubt about it, the players did a tremendous job today and throughout the year, and congratulations to all of the Colac-Coragulac players. We're very happy about it.
I'd like to see your attention to Mr. Stan Menzies representing the Port Rex Kessler, I should say, representing the board dealers of the Western District, who will present the Ford Cup.
Thank you very much, Ivan. I'd like to add my congratulations, along with the others, to the Hampden League, the committee and the very strong Ward Lake Club for providing this venue for us today. Commiserations to Terang, for having had their share. They gave us a good year of football and 100 fighting minutes of football today. I'm sure Stephen will agree. But nothing takes the game away from Colac today. Congratulations, Stephen. Colac-Coragulac, the cup today.
Top won't come off the damn thing. All right, I'd just like to firstly thank the Hampden League, board dealers, making the cup available. We know what this is. This is our gold medal, and we've worked for it really great. I've got to thank my players first, because they're the ones that won it. A fantastic effort by everyone here. You're beautiful. You really are. I've got to thank the committee. Everything that I wanted during the finals, no matter what it cost or anything else, they got me. It was fantastic. There was no questions asked. I want to thank the Cheese and Kisses for putting up with me all year. Thanks very much for putting up. I just want to say, no, stop calling. I just want to say that we mightn't have had a premiership back in college for 15 years, but we'll make up for it with this one. Right, let's go.
The ladies in the afternoon tea pavilion still have some pies and small cakes left over for anybody who'd like them. A reminder to those people who are interested, the replay of the reserves grand final will be here next Saturday starting at 2 o'clock. The admission will be the same as for a normal home and away game.